Let yourself win. Because right now you aren't. You are your greatest opponent, period. Whoa, the brain responds. Who is this YouTube podcast guy to tell me that? Doesn't know a damn thing about me or what I've been through. Beat it, dude. Or, as they say in Boston, get out of here, bud. I'm all set. There is no teacher like life, like experience. And one of the things that I've learned, unfortunately, over and over again, is that when we quiet the noise, we know what to do. Most likely not step by step, but we know where that compass should point. We know it in our hearts, we know it in our souls. It's the classic comfort zone hesitation, right? Leaving the world we once knew to become something altogether different. Well, it's not an easy task, but it is what's required of us. To refuse is human, tightly woven into our DNA. It comes through in our most beloved mythology. It's as much a part of life as the air that we breathe. But that moment of hesitation can be an end or a beginning. That's what makes you the writer of this story. Last month, I found myself on a plane going back and forth to the East Coast a handful of times. And I had this sudden urge to watch the original Star Wars movies, the ones that truly shaped my childhood, had all the action figures, the lightsaber toys, all that stuff. It was fun. It was fun kind of going down memory lane. And as I'm on the plane watching them, my brain wandered to Joseph Campbell's famous idea of the hero's journey, because it's so often linked to the story of Star Wars, right? Where, Luke Skywalker initially refuses to go on this quest, we'll call it, to take on the Empire with his guide, Ben. In his mind, he has to stay on his home planet until the harvest. He has plans and initially refuses the call. Not too different from another epic tale, Lord of the Rings, where the main character Frodo, when he's informed about the quest before him, he originally hesitates. He knows what must be done, but trembles at the idea of accepting the call, and perhaps he's justified in doing so, right? That's a big journey with a lot at stake. But eventually, life circumstances push both of these characters to the point where the new path becomes more and more likely. For different reasons, of course. But for both Luke and Frodo, the danger is external, the disruption is external, the catalyst is external. But the acceptance is voluntary. And in myth, that's the only part that matters. Right? Joseph Campbell's clear. The refusal or acceptance of the call is always the hero's own decision. It is their choice whether to step off the ledge and into a new world entirely, or to remain where they are. The event is never the transformation, the choice is. Life changes when you decide to go. Now, you and me, we aren't fighting an evil empire or throwing a magic ring into a volcano. Our battles are far less grandiose, but they're not less important. The other day, I was going about my usual day, doing usual things, working, writing. My friend Eric came by, we got into our usual lifting routine. And before we started, we like to make a little intention for every workout, to kind of reinforce that what we're doing is much more than about weights. It's life, right? And that particular morning, it was fear. And we played a song, sat there, listened to it. It was about doing the thing that you've been called to do. And the song finishes, and I said, dude, you know what makes me nervous? A thing I know is separating the present from an unfathomable future. It's to take the guard down. It's to be more raw. To go live. Right? And I've been saying this for years, and in my mind I've been tiptoeing, but not at the rate I know I need to go. Everyone's got their personal battles. Like, that's just been mine. I'm a private person, and my heart is in writing these episodes, but it's so safe. Right? Writing the script, speaking the script. And he looks at me, and no joke, he goes, "Brother, that's mine too." Okay, check this out. So Eric, he's coached some of the most successful athletes on earth, and that's not to hype him up, it's just true. I won't name drop, but household names. Pro endurance athletes, world record holders, professional MMA fighters, special forces, the list goes on and on and on. And in my world, right, I mean, come on, I speak for a living on stages all over the world. I've coached executives on speaking and storytelling. I've helped some incredible people tell their stories. But this, man, it just hits different. There's no buffer zone. There's no room for error. And we looked at each other and we were both like, we have to live stream this workout, don't we? Yeah. And we did, and it was amazing. And we're gonna do more of it. And personally, I'm gonna do more live stuff because I have to. I know in my gut it is where the compass must point. And that conversation before that workout will be forever etched in my brain as the moment we said yes to the call. Now, this is a micro example. But I think what you'll find is most examples are this. They are micro. It's not always going to be stormtroopers showing up and lighting your house on fire to push you out into the galaxy. Or a wizard guy showing up and bullying you. No, it's the little yeses when your heart races. It's stepping onto that metaphorical stage with shaky hands. That decision turns into the next, and the next, and the next. Life may give you the moment, but you decide if that moment becomes your turning point. That's the bridge. Again, Frodo could have asked someone else to carry the ring and hid. Luke Skywalker could have stayed on his home planet of Tatooine and mourned. But they didn't. Instead, they prove that the world disrupts you, circumstances change you, but you decide whether that disruption becomes a destiny or a dead end. There's a reason mythology is so important. There's a piece of it we know to be true. So when I tell you at the beginning of this episode, you are in your own way, what I mean is, you know what's calling, and at this very moment, you're refusing for one reason or another to answer. Not because you can't, but because you won't. At least not until now. So give yourself the greatest gift you can possibly give. Permission to go directly towards that place that scares you most. Set your compass towards the heart of darkness. And choose to be the light.